Sagittarius, welcome to my channel. Let's see what's going on in terms of the spiritual messages your spiritual team wants to pass on to you. Any information you need will be listed in the description if you want a personal session with me, if you want to follow me on my other social medias. Make sure also that you subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you get notified whenever I post. The notifications be acting funny, okay? And of course, like the video if you do resonate with this reading. It also lets the algorithm know that you want to see future videos. But let's get into it. Enough of the chit chat. We're going to start off with this really pretty deck. Okay, so the first card we have is Intention. And this is the Moss Agate, or yeah, I think it's a gate. It's pronounced a gate. Yes, and this is also the heart chakra card, or this card is represented by the heart chakra. But it's important that you're doing things from a place of intention and also getting to the root of the intention behind the things that you're doing now. So for my business owners who are watching this, or for my creatives, if you've found that you've been in some sort of creative funk, or you've been feeling energetically blocked when it comes to just wanting to post your stuff or put yourself out there, it's important that you focus on the why. The why is what moves us to do a lot of the things that we do. And if you don't really have a good grasp on the why in anything that you do, then it's going to feel like you're moving aimlessly, or you don't really have an understanding of what move to make next. So Spirit wants you to move with the energy of intention. And if it isn't anything that feels pure or feels connected to what's best from the heart chakra, then it doesn't need to be something that you give your energy, your time. Okay. Also, when it comes to questioning other people's intention or whether or not they're coming from a pure place, it's important to just kind of allow people the space to show you that, instead of preconceiving them to be, certain things. Now, if there are blatant signs or red flags that maybe their intentions are not the purest, then it's important that you stay away from people that who have that energy about themselves, so that it doesn't make you want to change who you are as a person because they operate out of this energy. We also have Curiosity, and this is represented by Jupiter and the apophyllite crystal. Apophyllite, I think I said that correctly. But with Curiosity here, for my Sagittarius who've been interested, and this is so funny, this Jupiter energy is actually your energy. So the fact that we actually have this card showing up is dope. It's super dope. But your natural essence is to be expansive. Just like Jupiter, you're constantly evolving, growing. That's literally your nature. And you guys are the sign about learning, the adventurer. So it's important for you to tap into that energy if you've been maybe contemplating going back to school so that you could start a certain career path, or you've been interested in learning more about your craft, or just learning more about yourself spiritually too, because the Jupiter energy is also connected to that spiritual realm. It's important that you're allowing your space to do that, or allowing yourself the space to do that without being judged or being concerned around how other people may judge you or see you. Also, allowing yourself the space to outgrow people is kind of what I'm seeing as well. Some of you have been feeling bad about the fact that maybe you don't resonate with certain people anymore, or you don't resonate with the same spaces, and that's okay. Also have Direction. This is the Super 7 crystal. What is a Super 7? What is that? Okay, so with Direction, so we have two paths leading somewhere. Two paths leading you essentially to the same outcome, actually, because both of these paths actually lead to the same place, which is interesting. But the spiritual message, it's important that you're clear, again, on your sense of direction, or when it comes to these two choices that you may have to make. And this could be in regards to anything. This could be in regards to your love life. This could be in regards to maybe two places you want to live, or two paths career-wise that you may end up wanting to take. It's important that you know that either path that you choose is going to lead you to growth as a whole. But you still want to be clear in terms of direction and what is also pulling you to make certain choices or decisions over the next month or so. All right, let's get into this deck. Sagittarius, what are the spiritual messages they need to hear? What are the spiritual messages they need to hear at this moment? Ooh, we have Lady, enjoy growth and reap rewards. I love the Lady card. We also have Animal Guardian, trust your instincts. And we have Medicine Garden, be open to healing information. Okay, so the spiritual messages here, for a lot of you, again, you're about to be touching some money. I'm already seeing this energy of like growth, reaching higher heights. Ooh. But I think that there's healing or pain. Okay, I should say this. There could be some growing pains that you're experiencing in this whole process, because with growth, of course, there is a little bit of growing pains that come with it, because you may not resonate with the same people or the same situations anymore. And there are things that we essentially shed in the growing process in order for more things to, be brought into our lives. So it's important that you're being gentle with yourself in your healing process, and that you're also listening to your inner knowing in regards to what can stay and what needs to go. Now, this could be habits, this could be people, this could be pretty much anything, but it's important that you're listening. It's important that you're listening, or that you're taking note of the things that you don't resonate with anymore, and not just staying in those spaces just because. Okay, let's pull from here. Sagittarius, and then we're gonna also pull some tarot cards after we look at some cards from this deck. Sagittarius, what is the spiritual messages they need to know? Yeah, be graceful with yourself when it comes to a healing process here. If you feel certain emotions coming up during this time frame, this isn't the time to be dismissive of them. If anything, the way that you get through sadness or certain emotions that are uncomfortable is through feeling them, not trying to make sense of them, not trying to intellectualize it in a way where you're, just trying to break it down in words. Sometimes you just need to allow yourself to cry. Sometimes you need to allow yourself to just feel, let that energy out so that you could come back to life. And we have come back to life and flying here as the other two cards. And the coming to life card is one of my favorites, because it talks about getting out of a state of feeling frozen in time or frozen energetically, and being able to emerge into like a new version of self with a new perspective and tapping into your inner power. And flying talks about the need to see things from a higher perspective, from higher grounds. Because when you're in the midst of your situation, you don't really know that there's a bigger picture, or you kind of forget. I won't say you don't know, but you forget. So the spiritual message here is allow yourself to feel your feelings. Allow yourself the space to outgrow certain spaces and to see things from a higher perspective. All right, let's get into the tarot. Let's see what's going on here. Sagittarius, what are the spiritual messages they need to know? Yeah, some of you guys have someone around you who throws you off energetically. This is someone who's very sneaky. They're very shady. They could do this avoidant thing where they disappear for days, or they just kind of shut down emotionally or something. It's something where this person gets really dismissive, or they get real ghost out of nowhere. And the spiritual message is you need to be very mindful of giving this person the power to influence your emotions in a way where they're throwing you off, okay? Especially if you know them to be all of these things, where they are sneaky or they are avoidant. It's like, you know what to expect with them. Be mindful of giving them, like I said, the power to shake you up. Especially if this is like a Leo or another Sag. But in regards to the zodiac signs, another thing I'm seeing, impatience is something that could be keeping you from the breakthrough that you're looking to experience. If you're doing your part in terms of showing up in your business or showing up with your creative endeavors and you're letting the universe kind of do their part, there's no need for you to try to rush things ahead. And for a lot of you, that has been the thing that's been making you feel like just energetically back and forth, because of the fact that there's this impatience and frustration that's boiling up under that impatience for certain things to be different. And Spirit is saying, look, as long as you're doing your part, we got you. Okay, Spirit also is saying you don't need permission to be happy. I kind of said this, I forgot what zodiac sign I said this for. But some of you are waiting for some sort of external thing to tell you like, oh, okay, now I can be happy because I got, my stuff in order. Or now I can be happy because I've done X, Y, and Z. No, you can tap into true joy without having certain things in your life, quote unquote, in order or figured out. And that's like the key thing that you guys have been needing to learn, or a key lesson in the midst of you trying to, work your stuff out. There's things that you personally can tap into internally that are intangible, things that money can't buy. Like life itself, to be honest, not to be all preachy, but Spirit wants you to just tap into that energy of being happy in the moment and not waiting for some sort of external thing to tell you that it's okay to not feel bad about yourself or to view yourself a certain way. I also have the Queen of Wands, the Fool card, the Wheel of Fortune, and I have the Ace of Wands. Yeah, some of you have not been living on the edge like how you used to. I got that in the beginning. So your essence is to be a risk taker, for you to go out of your comfort zone and to do things that, or take risks that other people won't usually take. And the spiritual message is, where have you kind of gotten too fearful of taking certain risks? And that's why they say the phrase ignorance is bliss, because ignorance truly is bliss. When you don't really know what to expect, or you're in the state of naivety, it's a level of innocence that comes with that. There's a level of childlikeness that comes out of that gives you a chance to like explore and tap into things. And the older you get, the more logical you become, which takes away from the ability for you to really experience. So Spirit wants you to maybe tap into that naivety a little bit in your childlike essence and try some new stuff, try some new hobbies, try some new things in your business. Try switching up your routine and adding some like fun stuff that you could do to kind of balance your energy out. Okay, now when it comes to an estranged family relationship that you may have, for some of you, having some sort of conversation or a breakthrough moment could give you a lot of peace, because I think that this family relationship being on the rocks, or there being some sort of family drama, could be keeping you from feeling like mentally grounded. Or it's like they're heavily on your mind, or sometimes you're concerned about this family member because of the fact that you guys don't really speak. So maybe finding some sort of way to spark conversation would be beneficial. Spirit is saying also for my people who want to move to like a different state, to a different part of the world, and that's been something that's really been on your spirit, and you've been just kind of scared or questioning whether or not this is like the best move for you because of the fact that you've been, maybe living or doing things a certain way, and this is like completely going to change things up. Spirit is saying that this is the expansion, the growth that you need. So allow yourself to be open to actually seeing how that will look for you. Okay, if you needed that confirmation, this is definitely a sign. What are the final messages for me? where there could be a lack of understanding with a love interest, where it seems like this person needs to apologize or this person needs to take certain initiatives to show you that they care. It's important that you don't give into some sort of mind game situation with them where like this person is like trying to break you down in terms of your sense of like self-confidence or like playing into some sort of mind game or something like that. It's important that you stay away from entertaining someone who says a lot of like pretty things, but then their actions don't match up, and then it comes with a lot of gaslighting under it. And where it's this constant search of understanding or wanting them to understand your point of view, it's important to know that they are choosing to focus on discord or issues, and you will never be able to really get through to somebody who chooses that perspective or that energy. Yeah, Spirit is also saying be mindful of overstepping your own boundaries in terms of going out of your way for certain people who are not willing to do the same for you, especially in the sense of friendship. I'm seeing that mainly with friendship. You could have like a friend relationship where you're constantly going out of your way for them, whether that's helping them with money, helping them out when they need advice, but then when you need the same thing, maybe it's not the same reciprocation. But this is the spiritual messages that I see for you. I hope that I did give you some insight as to what Spirit wants you to know. If you did enjoy, definitely feel free to thumbs up the video so that I know that you guys resonated. And thank you so much for your support. I will see you in the next one.